Okay, we're trying to go live in Instagram as well. There we go. The magic is happening. So the last day, 21 days to transform your life through your passion, your purpose, and your power. And on the 7th and 14th day, I gave a recap of where we got to. And I was planning to do that for day 21, but I thought, oh my gosh, that could be a tad boring. You have all of the videos available to you. They are always on the business page, Facebook business page, Karina Rick, the Celestial Coach. Today, we're doing the first one ever going through Instagram. So hello, Instagram. And we are back on YouTube. So, just mixing up tech, playing with the comms, playing with the messaging, because there's Mercury retrograde. What else do you do during Mercury retrograde? Then create all kinds of tech and comms conundrums. But you know what? I learned a shed load this morning in the space of 5 minutes. So, it's always there for a good reason. There's no such thing as bad celestial energy. It's just there to open up a whole new world for you, a new portal. And quite literally that portal now is StreamYard connecting to Instagram, and we're live. So, I'm just going to go with that. I am just going to go with that. So like I said, 21 days to transform your life through your passion, your purpose, and your power. And essentially it's been 21 days of very straightforward, no cost ways of which you can absolutely create an extraordinary life, that life that you are called for, the life that you are here for, and every single practice or lots of reflective questions and journaling just to help you get closer to true you, which then in turn is how you get to your North Star, how you follow your soul path. It's just about, just changing the way that you are perceiving the world, how you are embracing your energy. But energy is everything. And of course, being the Celestial Coach, there's been some wonderful celestial energy to talk about. Like I said, Mercury retrograde, starting the zodiac season with Aries, and of course, a new moon eclipse. Oh, totally and utterly beautiful. So divine timing, of course, to help you on your soul journey to being the most amazing, wonderful version of you. And I think the passion, purpose, and power, if you've not heard me say before, is very much my definition of your soul. How do you live from your soul? How do you feed your soul? How do you feel more alive because you're more connected to your soul? And that is by living in your passion, your purpose, and your power. Absolutely, this is about feminine empowerment, feminine power, feminine energy. For too long, women were literally burned for being themselves, and now we're burning out because we're not able to be ourselves, because we are doing everything for everyone else. We're not connected to what lights us up, why we're here, and the consequence of that is our own health. And that's there's a ripple effect with that. We can see the imbalance in power, kind of authoritarian leadership power across all of the social structures that rule our lives across the globe. And you know what? Our precious planet isn't in the best state, is it? So, that kind of take on things didn't pan out so well, did it? My mission is to help more women step into their passion, purpose, and power, because frankly, our own health will be better. The health of our families and our communities, our society, humanity will be better, and so will the planet. just a little thing. It's not, it's huge. But we have focused the 21 days on you stepping into your power through passion and purpose, and not giving away your power. And that was one of the questions over the past few days, is to, if empowerment is to take the power back, that means that it's gone somewhere in the first place. Yes, it can be taken from us, but also we can give our power. And that big question is, how do you give your power away? And then therefore, how can you not? So like I said, there's 20 previous videos available in different places. They are uniformly all on the business page on Facebook, but they are in other places as well. Yeah, just like I said, playing around with the comms at my fingertips. But today I thought had divine inspiration, not least from we're going lunar today, not so much astro. We did some big astro stuff yesterday, some massive. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, then please do find that on YouTube, my profile page or business page, because massive energy. I'll do some more on the celestial placements that are happening at the end of this week and over the weekend, because you can't underplay them. They're massive, momentous when it comes to everything we're talking about. They're so on the money. Divine timing. So on the money in terms of how you, what's going to change for you. Let's give you a power play, an espresso boost for you to be on that track that you want to be heading towards, about your soul purpose, about why you're here, creating the life that you're called for, stepping into your power. So, but today I'm going lunar instead of astro, and today the moon is in Leo. And in the words of Yasmin Boland, the goddess that is Yasmin Boland, it's time to decide where you want to shine in your life. What a beautiful, beautiful statement. It's time to decide where you want to shine in your life. And that absolutely is the essence of what we've been talking about over the past 21 days. So, like I said, perfect timing. Let's harness that Leo energy. It's all about being proud of what you are. So true. That's so important. Proud of who you truly are, and what part of your life do you want to really shine? What do you want to emanate? What do you want to radiate? What do you want to be giving out to the world? What do you want to share to the world? What part of your life? What is it about you that you are proud to own? And that's definitely got themes of what we spoke about yesterday, the energy, the astro energy towards the end of the week. But with that question as our kind of like headline, what is it? What part of your life? Decide what part of your life you want to shine. I just want to do the summary of where we've been, and this is about transforming your life through your passion, your purpose, and power. And for that, I'm just going to take a step back. It absolutely is about what is a priority for you, and being clear on those. And I started a fitness program with a wonderful woman, online coach, and one of the pre-work questions was about Jo Adams. Check her out, Jo Adams. Was about what do we prioritize? What are we prioritizing about this stage of our life, and whether it's health, what are we prioritizing? And it actually was such a simple question, but it was completely threw me. I thought, what are my priorities? A lot of things are important to me, but what are the priorities? And just having that like razor focus was instrumental in what I was working through then. So, and I just wanted to bring that to this conversation. What are your priorities for transforming your life, or leading and living the life that you want to create, and how are you going to go about doing that? What are the priorities for you doing that? So that was the for you to live in your passion, your purpose, and power. You need to know what your priorities are. You need to have that focus, and you need to have intentionality. And we talked on a previous video, masculine energy is in abundance, and that will lead you to have goals and objectives, and that works for some of us. It doesn't work for all of us. If it doesn't work for you, if you find it quite oppressive, then move more towards intention. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's your having that clarity on where you want to go. So how do you remove the fog. There's so much that we do. Our lives are full and busy. What is it that you actually want to prioritize, or what is your intention? Now, a laser focus is very masculine, and you might be feeling way more, as we talked about, creative, and it won't be a linear journey. So if you're more in that kind of energy, then what is your intention? Just what is important to you, and what is the priority for you right now? That we can all answer that. But having that really clear and revisiting it, because hey, it changes, and that's cool. Beautifully feminine. Yes, it can change. It can change from yesterday, but just knowing what it is and then taking a step towards it is way more impactful. You're going to manifest it than not having a Scoobies about what you're doing. It's not to say you need to know every single step. I'm not saying that. But anyway, but where we are. So have a priority and an intention or a focus. If you work with goals and objectives, then do that too, because if that lights you up, then that's what you need to do. But then you do need to know what your passion is. And I was reading something yesterday, and actually it isn't surprising, but not everyone really does know what lights them up. And I think when I go back in the beginning of my dropping out of corporate, it was a slow burn. It was slow burn. It was this real. It was in lockdown. I realised that actually I hadn't been doing anything that lights me up for a long, long time, and so I'd got into that groove. So if you are in that groove, you absolutely spend the time. It doesn't need to be long. Over a cup of coffee, stand and stare, ponder and wander, go out in nature, have a walk, and just mull over what is it that is that important to you. What are your passions? What fires you up? What sends the tingles? What gives you all the feels in the most positive, most brilliant way? What are they? So you need to know them to live in them, don't you? And then know why you do what you do. So purpose, and I've mentioned this before, purpose, we talked about this on the Stars and Shadows group last week. Irrespective of whether I'm talking most spiritual, whether we're doing a tarot reading, whether we're doing a birth chart reading, whether we're talking all things spiritual and soul, or whether I'm actually sat in a corporate organization, there is this absolute understanding that having a purpose bigger than ourselves is a true determinant and differentiator for high performance, for you being at your best. That's undeniable. So from elite sport through to Fortune 500, FTSE 100, having a purpose bigger than yourself, the organization, the one person, the team, is always, always, always going to set you apart from those that don't have that. And that will pay dividends in whatever way you're looking at it. So whether we are looking at it in terms of cold hard cash profit, or growth, or disruption and innovation, or whether we're talking absolutely just operating in a different realm, creating that extraordinary life, feeling and being limitless in what we're able to achieve and create. So having that purpose bigger than us, bigger than our ego, is essential. So what is yours? And just hold that tight. Hold that tight. That is the stuff that keeps you going when things aren't easy, when you're swimming against the tide. Having that purpose, something bigger than you, will always keep you going. It's not what it isn't the issue. It's having it is what is the absolute critical point here. And then your power. So we started off by talking about how do you give your power away. Standing in your power starts with really listening and honouring true self. It's like that sovereignty of you. And part of that then, that kind of fragments in different ways. And that absolutely is about being unapologetically, gloriously, authentically you. And those words can get overused and therefore the message gets a bit watered down. But when I work with my clients, this is it. Yeah, this is a non-negotiable, but it is it's where the magic exists, because there will be an element of you that is hidden, that you're hiding back, that you're holding back, and it might be that you're not seeing it for yourself, or you do recognize it, but you're burying it deep because of all these other fears that ego bring about being judged or being excluded and being ostracized. And it's that, for centuries we were conditioned to think like that, and it's no surprise that we think and feel like that right now. But it is about being and standing in you, your glorious you, and the gifts that you've got to share, the intent or the calling, that whisper of destiny. It's yours for a reason. So own it. That's stepping into your power. And it's not letting other people's opinions derail you on that journey. That's kind of like part one of standing in your power. It is about using your voice, however that, whether that is world stage territory or whether it is just how you support those around you, closest, nearest and dearest, and how you work with them. And having a voice sometimes is also about holding space for others' voices as well. It's not always about transmit. It's about the space of voice. And so owning that, having that, and yet not being derailed from yours or enabling others, if your gift is to enable others to have theirs. But hear your own voice. That's the other part of that. And that goes back to that connection to yourself, your soul, which I'll come back to in a minute. And there is this vision, and that you have, and only you have your vision. So your future, the way that you visualize what you're here to do, you're visualizing your purpose, visualizing what's important to you, visualizing you in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever timescale you want to put on it. Only you has that vision that you have. And that's just hold that for a moment, because it's something that hasn't happened yet, but you can see it clearly. But that's EFM, your magic. So go with it, and don't let anything else derail you from it. Own, love, nurture your vision. Leadership of yourself is what's going to help you keep going towards that vision. Yes, this is all part of that power piece. And I don't mean it, and I think I mentioned this at the very beginning when I talked about leadership and self-care. If you had a bad experience of leadership in a traditional work environment, conventional work environment, that is not what I'm talking about. And it's not what I'm talking about for you. And it's not what I'm talking about in terms of self-leadership. Self-leadership is about having the vision. It is about having the resilience to keep going against the tide when it is difficult. It is about picking yourself back up. It is about being compassionate and nurturing and growing something and creating something that wasn't there before. So that's what I mean by self-leadership. It's having the belief, the self-belief, which, whether you are, whether other people are following you is something for another day. That isn't what I'm talking about. Absolutely maybe happening. It absolutely might be integral to your vision, your passion, your purpose, and your power. But I just want to unravel that when I talk about leadership for you and transforming your life. I mean self-leadership. So it's knowing and seeing your vision. It's being relentless for it. It's having the resilience to keep going. It's the self-care that gives you all of the reserves to keep going. It's the self-care that says you're worth it. It's the self-care that says, I believe in you. Self-care that says you're worth spending time and money and resources on. Airtime, just listening to yourself. That's what I mean by self-leadership. And of course, that belief piece is immense. And then it's the connection. So the fourth point, so it is about, knowing what your passion is, knowing what your purpose is, knowing how you stand in your power and how you don't leak it, how you don't give it away. And then fourth is connection. And it's a bit of a cheat because connection is connecting to three things. So it's connected to yourself, which is your soul, which is, listening to your intuition. That's what it is. Listen to the other voice. We've got the mean girl voice constantly going on about, oh, you can't do that, or you're not good enough for that, or no, don't be silly, or not now, or later, and when, and all that kind of thing. If all those voices, that's ego. That's about intuition, which is way more compassionate, way more open, heartfelt, and expansive, and accurate. There's a nudge. You get a reason, you get a message for a reason, divinely inspired, whatever you call intuition, but it's that voice inside that's true you. Tune into it. More often than not, we tune it out. We need to tune in. So that's connection to self. And of course, you can't have that. The first point about know what your passion is, know what your purpose is. You can't have any of that if you're not listening to your intuition. And intuition absolutely is going to guide you on that leadership and that vision piece. And intuition, self-care nurtures intuition. So these kinds, as always, these things are interrelated, holistic. You can't segment them. It devalues them as soon as you do that. So connection to yourself, your soul. And you can do that through meditation, you can do that through journaling, you can do that through creative expression, you can do that on a walk in nature, whatever it looks like for you. Just practice it more. And again, it costs nothing to do. It's just having the time. It's just honoring you. It's just having the intention and the follow through on that. Connection to your tribe. So important. And what I say about that is we are the sum of the people we spend we're some of the 5 people we spend the most time with. It's been shown to impact health decisions and choices, good and bad. But it's also about that link to where you feel judged or where you feel that you're going to be excluded. If your tribe currently is going to make you feel more hidden or that you want to hide more part of you, my tough love message said an abundance of compassion. But, this is, a Hecate or Eris moment right here, right now. Find a different tribe. If you want to live your most limitless, most extraordinary, everything you're worth, everything you're capable of, reaching your highest potential, reaching your self-actualization. If your current tribe holds you back, it's the wrong tribe. Tough love message on a Tuesday morning. You got a flash of Aries or Mars coming in there, but said with an abundance of love. And then connection to the all of everything. And this is beautiful. This is, this is where you can be in that space, be completely yourself. This is that knowing that life is happening for you, it's creating with you, not against you. It is knowing that we're all part of one and the same thing. The energetics of what I've touched on throughout these 21 days is essential. It's vital. It's what governs everything that we do, and understanding that it's flowing between all of us, understanding that we're all made of stardust. Oh, just the most beautiful, glorious, divine, amazing, wondrous thing. We're all made of stardust, and you throw yourself into that. For you to manifest whatever you wish to your highest level, it needs that surrender to the all of everything. You don't, as I mentioned, you don't need to know, you don't need to have the Gantt chart for every single step of what you're going to do to achieve your most wildest dreams and deepest desires. It doesn't work like that. Gantt chart is great for putting in a brand new IT system. That's not about how you go about creating your best life. Creating your best life is having the intention, having the faith in the all of everything, having that element of surrender that yes, you are so important. I've been talking about your sovereignty. You are divine, but you are then one part of everything. But that's empowering, not disempowering. So remember that connection to spirit, however you do that, whether it is just through meditation, again, journaling, whether it is the wonder of nature, whatever it is that you do, it doesn't, the practice isn't the point here. It's the connection to your soul and your spirit. And my point being is how I got, my journey here is that for decades, understanding high performance, what determines and differentiates one person, one team, one organization from another is, we're very much focused on, most of us appreciate that physical and mental health are one and the same thing, so mind and body, but it's only part of it, part of the, one side of the coin, part of the jigsaw. Our ultimate success lies in our mind, body, soul, and spiritual health. And when you've got all of those combined, that's the magic. And most of us haven't focused on all of those. Most of us don't have an intention to be nurturing the health across all four. And that's where we, the beginning part, mental and physical health, mind and body, but then we're going to have very obvious health issues. When we ignore soul, we're also going to have health and mind issues. It just is more subversive, but it goes back to my point about burning out when you're not doing what you love. Not when you're burning out, when you're being inauthentic, when you burn out because you're doing too much of the stuff that doesn't light you up. That's burnout. So that's the piece. And then your ultimate success is then when you weave that all into the mix with that connection to the all of everything, the energetics. That's where the magic happens. So that concludes our 21 days. It's been a bit of an experiment. It's just allowing me to play with some tech. I love it. Play with some tech and work out some new stuff. I've done that. I've shared 21 days of different things, all of the relevant astro and lunar, which have been magnificent. Thank you, over this 21-day period. And I wonder what I'll do next. We've got the tech working now, so world, watch out. If you want to follow more, please do follow on the channels that you're watching. Do comment, do let me know what resonated for you. Let me know what's easy and flow for you, and what do you find more of a challenge of what I've suggested, because I would be delighted to help you work through that. Because I think, as I said, just imagine, I've said it before and I'll say it again, just imagine how wondrous life would be, living would be, when we are in our passion, purpose, and power. More ourselves, more our wondrous selves. And we could feel that, you'd get that energetic lift just thinking about it for you, just imagining it right now. But if you were to just extrapolate that, and there's some energetics in this, but I'm not going to go there. If you're going to just extrapolate that, though, to you being you, whether that's sharing more of your gifts, so that's got a direct impact on those that you're sharing your gifts with, or whether you're then just the inspiration and that kind of lighthouse beacon of radiance, I think, wow, if she can do it, so can I, kind of message, or stronger together message, or that unification kind of piece, empowering others. Empowered women empower others, kind of that piece. That's massive, and it just ripples out. And just imagine how far that could go. What a wonderful place. There's more of us, just 1%, but I'm not interested. 1% is the starting point, but let's not stop there. If you can up by 10, 20, 30, whatever it is, how much you step into your passion, your purpose and power, how much you feed your soul and your spirit, as well as your mind and body, then wow, what a beautiful, beautiful life and living that is. So that's what this is about. So 21 days, do follow, do like and share, and let me know if you'd like a particular topic. I will definitely be talking about the celestials this weekend. Take care of you.